Hi, this is Mike Madoda and you're listening to the ZiFM Sport Podcast.
The hottest station in the nation. ZiFM Stereo.
It's Lionel Messi! He scored! The goal the world wanted!
It's time for the biggest sports stories.
It's Neymar trying to feed it through. It's a stretch and it's in! And I can't remember the last time I saw something like this. Extraordinary scenes.
The biggest interviews.
It's more difficult. Obviously, it's more difficult.
And all the analysis right here.
If they play poorly, they come back, they've got all the excuses. You can't have it both ways.
Every weekday, it's my sport, it's your sport. It's ZiFM Sport. Let's join the team for the biggest show in the world of sport on ZiFM Stereo. My station, your station.
This weekend, the eyes of the world and certainly the eyes of America will be trained on the Mercedes-Benz Arena in Atlanta, where it's the Rams taking on the Patriots. It's Los Angeles taking on New England in Super Bowl. Indeed, Super Bowl 53. We got a build-up for you right here on the show. It is one of the biggest TV events in sport and indeed just generally on TV. So we'll build up that nicely as it comes to a boil this coming weekend. But that's not the only sport that's taking place. That's why we visit every single sporting moment that is worth talking about right here on ZiFM Sport. And indeed, we do it every single weekday. The team to deliver is a full side today. No injuries reported. That is Mike Madoda, Mark Pazzo, Alois Munjira, Chris Gray, our producer, intrepid producer, Sean Tafirenyika, and I'm Barry Manandi.
Apart from Super Bowl 53, we'll also go down to Barbourfields Stadium where FC Platinum troop into Emagumeni tomorrow, fully aware that anything short of a victory will dent their chances of progressing into the quarterfinals of the CAF Champions League. And in the world of football, Manchester City resumed their title chase when they host Arsenal in the standout fixture of this weekend's football action.
The Warriors, the Chevrons, the Cheetahs, the Mighty Warriors, and the Sables. From the pool to the track to the field, we are Team Zimbabwe. The Home Front. Local sports news and analysis.
All right, now FC Platinum will troop into Barbourfields tomorrow, fully aware that anything short of a victory will dent their chances of progressing into the quarterfinals of the CAF Champions League. The Zimbabwean champions host Guinea side Horoya Athletic Club, with both teams winless so far in Group B with only a single point from 2 games. FC Platinum need to win tomorrow's game and at least get something from the reverse fixture in Conakry on the 12th of February if they are to keep their hopes alive of reaching the last 8 stage of this competition. Leading FC Platinum tomorrow will be their gaffer, Norman Mapeza. Let's hear from him.
You know, it's a massive game for us as a club. You know, I think we are all sitting on a point apiece, and I think it's going to be a very interesting game because of that situation. But if you want to really push ourselves in this competition, I think we need to do our best and try by all means to get a positive result. We are playing a very good team. I think everybody knows that they lost in the quarterfinals of this competition this year. So it's going to be war, you know. But I think we are ready, and just waiting for the game tomorrow. We don't have to put ourselves under pressure. You know, this is our first time to play in the Champions League, and I think everybody, myself, the players, they are all enjoying the experience. You know, but it's very important that along this journey, we also need to win some games. We have been watching their games on TV. You know, I think I watched their game last time again when they played against Sundowns. I think they drew 0-0 in South Africa. They played a very good game, and I've watched their game against Pirates as well. They played very well. You know, I think it's with football. They're all quality players. You know, and we know the challenge we're going to face. We're playing a quality side, but I think, like I said, we're all ready for the game now.
We can only hope that Norman Mapeza there isn't just speaking in terms of the PC thing to say about your opponents and is actually approaching the game in that fashion, because we underestimate Horoya at our own peril, don't we, Mike?
Yeah, absolutely. They're a decent side, not as bad as many people think, because I think a lot of people are reading too much into that 3-0 defeat at the hands of Orlando Pirates in South Africa. That Orlando Pirates side is actually a decent side, and FC Platinum must be commended from picking up a point versus Orlando Pirates at Barbourfields Stadium, which was a good start. What concerns me about FC Platinum is that they failed to score in the first two matches, and so I think Norman Mapeza, no doubt in his preparations, had 2 weeks to prepare for this game. No doubt there would have been an emphasis placed on attack, on trying to get a goal or two versus Horoya, because there will be tougher tests to come. They will be going away to Orlando Pirates at the Orlando Stadium. It will be a different surface. It will be slicker. The ball will move a lot faster. Orlando Pirates, of course, will play cock-a-hoop. They'll be full of confidence. You heard what Kudamahachi say to us in the lobby of Holiday Inn. So Orlando Pirates definitely want to set the record straight versus FC Platinum in Soweto. And then Esperance will not be easy when they come to Barbourfields Stadium. The North Africans are always full of tricks. They always, of course, slow the game down. They realize how the surface works against them, so they like to play it at their own pace, dictate the pace, make sure that, of course, that the physical challenges that come with playing on such a lush surface as Barbourfields will not affect them in the larger stages of the game. So it's going to be very difficult. I'm eyeing Horoya and I'm thinking to myself, as Norman Mapeza, this is the side that I know we can go toe-to-toe with and hopefully get perhaps 2 victories, if not a win at home or maybe a draw away.
Alois, Mike has given us a nice summary of the landscape as it stands in FC Platinum's group, and indeed what they need to do. But they've got the test of Horoya AC, which is coming up tomorrow, and then obviously on the 12th of February away in Conakry. They need something, at least a good result tomorrow, all 3 points, and then get something in that away leg in Conakry to harbour any hopes of continuing in this tournament. However, we noticed that Horoya SC struggle with a team that has pace in attack. FC Platinum doesn't have that. How do you approach this?
Yeah, you see, Mike outlined the concern, scoring.
Yeah.
FC Platinum doesn't score, even here locally. You know, it was Chinyengetere who was giving them that odd goal here and there and all that. When he left, we actually don't know what exactly is happening with FC Platinum. They don't really score and they need points. And those 2 games back to back, I think they need at least 4 points from those games so that they can actually stand and say we are still in it. But then we're coming back and say, okay, they are still learning. We'll see what happens. But like I have maintained, they need somebody who can score goals for them, because that is their Achilles heel.
Chris, you've travelled with the team. You've seen the mentality of the team. We only see them for about 90 minutes of the game when they actually run out onto the park. The mentality seems as if they don't have a mental block insofar as what we can see, and are enjoying the experience. But there's got to come a point where you stop just enjoying the experience and start delivering results. Norman Mapeza said as much in his pre-match press conference. They've got to deliver tomorrow.
You know what? Actually, when it comes to the team and the atmosphere that's there when you're around them off the field, they do. I must commend them for their mental strength. I don't know what Norman Mapeza tells them in the dressing room, but when it comes to focusing, they are focused. For example, in the Congo, I did not expect for us to leave with that result. Right. I thought it was going to be a loss because of everything else. The thing about the African Safaris, there's so much that happens off the field, which obviously isn't a problem in this scenario. Yeah. But there's so much that happens off the field. So for me, that Congo test, that very first rough ride, was important for them to kind of switch into a different gear than our local league, become stronger, mentally stronger. And they've managed to do that. What matters now is to then cross that over to say, we've got home advantage, we know where we're playing, and we need to play. For me, how they played against Orlando Pirates would be perfect against Horoya.
Mike, give me a key man.
For FC Platinum. you know what? It has to be, I think, Farah Madananga.
Okay.
I think he is the only midfielder.
If he shows up, they win. They get a result out of this.
I don't think it's that simple.
Okay.
But I feel that with the strike force and the attackers not providing the goals, I think you have to look deeper. And we have seen it in the Castle Lager Premier Soccer League where Madananga has chipped in with goals here and there. And I think he has to, of course, try and put himself in positions where he can either shoot from distance or that late third man run into the box and try and get onto the end of something. We see it with some of the really good sides on the continent, or even some of the good sides in Europe, where the goals don't necessarily come from a Lionel Messi. They'll come even from a Rakitic. He'll get on the end of things if the Barcelona attackers are being shackled. And you also see it with other good sides. Frank Lampard made a household name of himself with those late third man runs. Dele Alli, Steven Gerrard. You know, you got to chip in with goals from midfield. It can't just be the job of the attackers and the central striker.
Yeah, and Alois, you spoke about the fact that they need a world-class striker. They don't have one. They can't get one. They've got the roster that they've got. Can they do it?
Yeah, they can. You know, I do agree with Mike totally that, you know what, if the strikers aren't scoring goals, then you will have to find some midfielders that are going to go through, come to the box and chip in with the goals, and they need that on the day, because obviously the strikers, they haven't been doing their job very well. 2 games, no goals. Now they need a showman. They need somebody who can actually stand and say, you know what, I can do this for you as well.
Are we doing predictions?
Yeah, why not?
Then you go first.
Why not? I say 2-1 to FC Platinum.
2-1 FC Platinum. Pozzo?
I'm saying 0-0.
Okay.
No goals.
All right.
No goals.
I think they will score 1. FC Platinum will win 1-0.
Chris?
I'm going to go 1-0.
1-0? Okay. Thank you very much.
We're going to hear from you.
I thought I was going to escape. I reckon that it's going to be 2-1 in favour of FC Platinum.
Yeah, you're going with me.
Yeah.
Nice.
2-1.
Hi, this is Alexandra Maseko, and I'm the national basketball team captain, and you're listening to ZiFM Sport.
We'll move on with the rest of our local sports news roundup. We'll start on the basketball court where Bulawayo Basketball League men's leaders Mavericks face a rejuvenated Highlanders at Kanasili Sports Centre tomorrow. Highlanders are brimming with confidence following their stunning win over Giants last week, but will be up against a Mavericks side which is yet to lose a game this season. Mavericks coach Admosi Ndlovu said despite being the favourites, his team needs to respect their opponents. To rugby, and after conquering the continent last year, the Zimbabwe Cheetahs have set qualification for the 2020 Olympics and retaining the Africa Cup as their main target during this year's Rugby Sevens international calendar. The Cheetahs have drawn up an audacious plan in which they are looking to build a side that will triumph at the Harare International Sevens in March. Gilbert Nyamatsamba's men may not be the country's flagship rugby team, but they have constantly defied the odds to become the most successful of the sport's national teams. In athletics news, Victoria Falls-based Paralympians have been invited to a 4-day fundraising sporting event in Durban, South Africa in March. Victoria Falls Wheelchair Warriors Club will be sending 4 players and 2 officials to the all-expenses-paid Achilles 24-hour hand cycle relay event to compete against a number of Durban clubs in wheelchair relay and marathon events. Durban-based Oliver Sinclair invited the club last year when he participated in the hand cycle category of the 2018 Econet Victoria Falls Marathon.
Level the ribbon of Anton in an Italian. Ugu. I want to about Chapa. Tesenga chikara takachena. Ngati chenese narounda. Pagati saraunda. Ionde nechina tisa sarenda. Chenese pauno gara. Pauno shanda. Pauno rara. Nepa kubuda wakageza. Simuza mureza wa utsanana. Smadiri no jangira bandiri. Apa. 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 Ino jangira bandiri zvirwere. Smadi utsanana tichirwisa zvirwere. Tisaite sepere. Ngatishandise njere. Kuenderera mberi tingazoregera here. Smadiri no jangira bandiri. Apa. Smadiri no jangira bandiri. Apa. Arise and shine. Keep Zimbabwe clean. This message was brought to you by Econet Wireless. Inspired to change your world.
Press the play is unlike TV. Press the play
Get your Kwesa Play device for just $59. Kwesa Play. It's unlike TV.
Zimbabwe's finest breed. ZiFM Stereo.
International Sports News Roundup, where the world comes out to play. Whether it's the NBA or NFL, the best of America on ZiFM Sport.
The Star-Spangled Banner, of course, ring out over the Mercedes Arena this coming weekend. Super Bowl 53, and Tom Brady, GOAT, as some are preferring to call him, will chase a record-breaking 6th Super Bowl crown as the New England Patriots take on the LA Rams in a clash of the generations to set to rewrite NFL history. Brady, at 41, will become the oldest quarterback ever to lift the title if he masterminds yet another championship in the latest milestone of a career that has shown no signs of flagging. A win would also see Brady become the only player in history to win 6 Super Bowls, an achievement which may never be beaten in any era where the average length of a playing career has shrunk to around 3 years, according to recent statistics. Now, Brady says the Pats are ready for the big game.
I've just been a part of so many great teams that have had the opportunity to play in this game, and it is once in a lifetime, the experience. But we've just been fortunate to play enough or play good enough in the playoffs to advance and then get to play in this game. And it's hard to believe that this is the 9th time doing this. It wasn't always like this. Remember it was a little bit smaller back in the day, the first time I did it, and all the events have grown. I think the coverage has grown quite a bit, just from United States to, I'd say, much more global audience. And I think it's great. I love the sport. So I'm just happy it's growing and happy to see it continue to do so well.
Oh, it's going to be a super event out at Super Bowl 53. Records are also set to tumble in the event of a win by the youthful LA Rams, who are led by 24-year-old quarterback Jared Goff and head coaching prodigy Sean McVay. Let's also hear from the Rams quarterback Jared Goff.
Ready to play, ready to go, and I'll be excited Saturday night for sure. I think we'll just play our game. We'll continue to do what we've done all year that's got us to this point. At times there's opportunities for that, but I think for the most part, just be ourselves and play our game. I think we're ready. They've obviously been here, a handful of times, and have guys that have won this game and have done it the right way, and have that knowledge of how to do it the right way. But, still got to play a game on Sunday, and we'll be ready.
Oh, it's a case of youthful enthusiasm taking on experience, because it's going to be honest, a clash between the quarterbacks. The one who has the best game is likely to lead his team to victory.
100%, and I'm glad you said it's a clash of the generations, because if you look in the quarterback stakes, you got Tom Brady, he's 41, Jared Goff is 24 years old, as you said, he's nearly half his age. If you look at it in the dugout, the coaches, Bill Belichick is 66, and then Sean McVay, he's exactly half his age, 33.
You struggled a bit there.
Experience will prevail.
The Prince Edward nearly came out,
I can't work like this. I can't work under these conditions. Nonetheless, I think because it's such a clash of the generations, and I agree with Paz yelled out, experience will prevail. I truly, truly believe that, because Bill Belichick hasn't achieved what he has achieved in the game. Brady hasn't achieved what he's achieved in the game. It hasn't been given to them. They've had to earn it, and they've earned it through being able to get through games such as this. They've got a tough task, the Rams.
Yeah, I think, and the Patriots have got motivation. Motivation not just to win Super Bowl 53, but also the fact that it draws them alongside the Pittsburgh Steelers as the most successful franchise if they win this one. And so there's that motivation as a team, apart from the achievements of Brady. That's the star player. That's the focus player, as it were. A lot of the attention will be there, cementing himself as the GOAT. But the team itself Brady aside has got goals in this particular game. So there's motivation on two sides. But the LA Rams will go into this game without pressure.
100%. And look, if we look at those last games that they played, if you got to think to yourself that the team that needed to apply their minds, think about different ways to execute the task was the Patriots, and they were able to do that in overtime. So consequently, I believe that ability to dig deep, to be able to machine a win even when one doesn't seem like it can be executed, the Pats are ahead for me.
Yeah, experience is important, but in a final usually experience may be good, but there's always this thing about a hero shall rise in a final, and that could work the LA Rams favor if it's a tight game. Someone could stand up to the occasion and actually do the business. So as a Pats fan, I prefer a situation where the Pats stride out perhaps in the second quarter, solidify things in the third quarter, and then see it out in the fourth. I don't want it to be tight because you never know. Someone could just put their hand up and actually win the final. It reminds me of the Michael Owen goal in the I think in the first FA Cup the final that was played in Cardiff at the Millennium Stadium. This was up against a very good Arsenal side that had Thierry Henry, Dennis Bergkamp, etc. And Liverpool was supposed to be put to the slaughter in that game. And I remember one banner which read "A hero shall rise," and that's exactly what happened in extra time. Michael Owen scored a breakaway goal, 1-0, game ended. Arsenal had lost, Liverpool had won. So the LA Rams could do that because that's what finals are there for. They're always there for someone just to seize the moment and take the opportunity.
Mike, closer to home, there was a Cup final, Castle Cup, Cape United versus Darren T, 1992.
A young Alois Munjira.
Young team from Chitungwiza. Not just Alois Munjira, they were like 7 under 20 boys that were playing in that team against the Cape United with Joel Shambo, Sheikh Tauro, and them. They were known as the Cup Kings. But on that day, they were walloped 4-0 by a young team. So this could actually happen to the Patriots.
Okay, let's take a look at the halftime show, which is very, very popular when it comes to Super Bowl. And following in the footsteps of Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, Madonna, Justin Timberlake, Beyonce, Bruno Mars, Barry Manandi, Mark Pozzo. No, I'm just joking. 3-time Grammy-winning band Maroon 5 is this year's headliner. Are you a big fan of Maroon 5, Chris?
Not particularly.
I love them.
I think maybe in my younger years, yes, but
come on, Chris.
Not
you're going to say that on radio in your younger years?
Seriously? Yes, in my younger years, guys. I do have a couple.
Just
when I was a teenager,
just remember that she liked the Spice Girls. She still likes the Spice Girls.
I still like the Spice Girls are a classic. We don't touch the Spice Girls. But Maroon 5 for me, I think they were selected based on the crossover appeal. I think they appeal to different parts of America. They have a little bit of street cred. They're not your complete Linkin Park type band, which appealed to a very specific section of the to Paz and his friends.
Careful.
So I think that's why they were chosen. I think getting selected for the Super Bowl has a lot more to do with the commercial value of those particular artists rather than just who's the best performer at the time.
And of course it's in Atlanta, and the one thing that you get in Atlanta is that it's a mixed community, and so what Chris says makes absolute sense, that they have that crossover appeal. And of course singing the national anthem will be Atlanta born and Grammy award winning singer Gladys Knight.
Oh, the Pip's gonna be there.
Buzz, you couldn't resist. You couldn't restrain yourself, man.
Gladys Knight in the Pips.
But for me, that's what I love about American sport more than anything. It's the build-up. And they really put you in the mood and make you feel like, you know what, we always make fun of the fact that they say it's a world championship. You really do get the feeling that, you know what, this is a world championship.
And here's the thing. This is the same nation that gave us Hollywood, and what they do is that in their sporting events they put together a Hollywood style presentation for TV, and they put it on for TV. That's what we need to learn, that TV is critical to ensuring that you get a backing for a sport. So the fact that our football wasn't on TV last year is a big crisis for us. We need to put it back on there, but not only just put it on there, it needs to be Hollywood style presentation. Then people follow this.
Can I tell you about the type of monies that are involved, guys, with the Super Bowl? Now let's go back to the first Super Bowl, okay? Played in 1967 between the Green Bay Packers and the Chiefs. A commercial then cost only $42,000. Now this is a huge amount by Zimbabwean standards even now. Now, this is back in 1967. Okay.
It'll still be under a lot.
That would be a 5-year budget.
That's a budget. Exactly.
Now, let me tell you something now. A commercial at this year's Super Bowl, okay, 30 seconds is going to cost you 5.25 million. Okay? Just 30 seconds.
And those 30 seconds are sold out, Marty.
Yeah. Now, if we go back to the stats in 2017, okay, they featured 102 commercials, okay?
Yeah.
And that added up to 51 minutes, 30 seconds of advertising. Do the maths, guys, in terms of the money that they bring in just by selling their advertising slots.
Yeah, that's right. It's so expensive to buy the rights to that game. Let's take a look at the venue where it's a Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Mike, you spoke about the value of this stadium. Absolutely massive. The time, if you want to watch it, 1:30 a.m. Let's take a look at the NBA.
Hi, my name is Luke Bahamute, Los Angeles Clippers small forward, and you're listening to ZiFM Sport.
LeBron James returned for the Los Angeles Lakers and scored 24 points to help them to a 123-120 overtime win against the Los Angeles Clippers in the LA Derby. James, who missed the past 17 games with a groin injury sustained in a Christmas night win against the Golden State Warriors, also matched his season high with 14 rebounds and distributed 9 assists while playing 40 minutes. Key weekend games for you. Houston Rockets will be at the Denver Nuggets. Boston Celtics are at the New York Knicks. It's the LA Lakers who travel to the Golden State Warriors, and it is the Houston Rockets who are at the Utah Jazz.
Hi, my name's Ryan Cairns, Sunshine Tour professional golfer, and you're listening to ZiFM Sport.
Around the world in 60 seconds, international sports news.
We take off in Arizona where Ricky Fowler and Justin Thomas sit part of a three-way tie for the lead after the opening round of the Waste Management Phoenix Open. The American duo posted a bogey-free 64s to set the clubhouse target on a day of low scoring at TPC Scottsdale before afternoon starter Harold Varner III carded 7 birdies to join them on 7 under. Across to Dublin, Eddie Jones insists England are not underdogs ahead of their Six Nations opener against Ireland tomorrow. England opened their account against the Irish, who enter the tournament as favourites after a standout 2018 that included a home win over world champions New Zealand in November. The battle for the 2019 Six Nations crown kicks off tonight when France play host to Wales at the Stade de France in Paris. Touching down in Canberra, Joe Burns and Travis Head plundered Australia's first century of the home summer earlier today in a stirring fight back as they ruthlessly exposed Sri Lanka's inexperienced attack on the second test. Australia's skipper Tim Payne, who won the toss at the Manuka Oval and put his side on a flat track conducive to batting, a gambit that paid off after some early wobbles. At stumps, they were commanding 384 for 4, with Burns not out on 172 and Curtis Patterson, who was dropped first ball on 25.
Play of the day. Fire Friday.
We listen to the late, great Oliver Tukudzi with his collaborations with various artists. We finish it with a collaboration from home and with a contemporary artist, Winky D. This one's called Panorwadza Moya. It's from 2016. And it is it is Winky D's birthday today. Winky D's birthday. So happy birthday to the Gaffer president.
The Daily Sports Trivia question is brought to you by Profeeds. Profeeds, your feed and farm professionals.
We've been asking you to send in your hashtag Profeeds Trivia. And if you've done that, well, you have a chance. It could be you that our producer, Sean Tafirenyika, is frantically trying to get hold of right now as we speak. You know the format, 2 questions, 1 local, 1 international. You need to get both correct to give yourself a chance of being in the final draw where you could win our fabulous first prize of 2019, a Capri Double Door 290-litre fridge. And the first draw of this year will be on Friday, the 22nd of February. I do believe we have a caller on the line. It's over to the quiz master, Mark Pozzo.
Right, indeed. Profeeds quiz time. We are going to Matabele land tonight, and Master Beck is on the line. Good evening, Master Beck.
Good evening. How are you, sir?
I'm good, thank you. Right, first of all, quick one. Which football team do you support?
Manchester United.
whatever.
My heartfelt condolences go to you.
We're on top 4 this season. Minus Chelsea and Arsenal.
That's all right.
Okay. Right, are you ready for your 2 questions for you to go into the draw to win that Capri double door fridge?
Yes, I'm ready.
Right, question number 1. Which team did Peter Ndlovu not play for? Coventry, Birmingham, Wolves, or Sheffield United?
Wolves.
Correct.
Congratulations.
Question number 2. Name any one of the 2 teams competing in this weekend's Super Bowl. There's silence.
Name one.
Name one of the 2 teams that is taking part. We've been talking about it on the show tonight in this weekend's Super Bowl final. Come on.
Master Bex, are you there?
Machiavelli and Tuskers.
Whoa.
That'd be Len Tuskers.
Super Bowl.
No, Super Bowl, mate. Super Bowl.
In America,
In America. American football.
Clue.
Okay, I'll give you a clue.
Google.
Google
it quickly.
The new something. The New England who?
Okay. New England.
Pate.
We
can't hear if you're typing, so you could have Googled.
How much? Painters? New England Painters. No, they're not in the Super Bowl. New England I can't say it anymore.
Patrons.
Okay, you're getting close. That's over. Sorry, mate. Master Bix. Sorry, mate. Try again. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.
The Daily Sports Trivia question was brought to you by Profeeds. Profeeds, the performance feed.
Channels on your TV. For kids, entertainment. Movies, sports, and music. Gaming, travel, and more. Premium entertainment on Crescent Play. Watch it all, find it all. Crescent Play is unlike TV. Unlike TV.
Get your Quessa Play device for just $59. Quessa Play. It's unlike TV.
Stay up to date with the latest sporting action and the freshest lineup of on-demand sports on Kwese iFlix. Immerse yourself. Bask in the glory of pulsating action anywhere, anytime. Welcome to the beautiful game on ZiFM Stereo. Brought to you by Kwese iFlix.
Kwese iFlix. Entertainment on the go.
It's not just a TV anymore. You can turn it into an entertainment hub and choose what you want to watch with the all-new Kwese Play device. You can enjoy seamless entertainment streaming on apps such as Kwese iFlix, Netflix, YouTube, and Al Jazeera. Watch unlimited online entertainment from live sport events, movies, series, top kids shows, and even play games on video channels. Get your Kwese Play device today at zwstore.kwese.com, or you can visit your nearest Econet shop for only $89.
All the rivalry.
The captain likes the touch paper. It is blue touch paper. Always him on Derby Day.
All the stars.
Absolutely brilliant again from Mo Salah. The twinkling feet, the ice cold finish, the Egyptian on fire.
And all the game-changing moments.
Aguero!
All the updates from the Premier League on ZiFM Sport.
This is the league we want to watch.
Manchester City have another.
Presses, Mike. Stop
What's going
the
on?
presses.
What?
Stop the presses. I've got a WhatsApp message here, and it says, New England Painters, Super Bowl, but Man U, and I always Nana Christmas and
Well, as long as it's not the Tuskers.
Wow.
England painters.
Yeah, man. I mean, our caller, our listener didn't do Man United fans a favour there. Well, anyway, we are in the city of Manchester, and Manchester City have another chance to ratchet up the pressure on Premier League leaders Liverpool this weekend as both teams seek to recover from disappointing midweek results. Pep Guardiola's defending champions who host Arsenal on Sunday had the opportunity to cut Liverpool's lead to a single point on Tuesday, at least temporarily, but slipped to a 2-1 defeat against the Magpies of Newcastle. Now, football pundit Alejandro Moreno says Man City's inability to win ugly could cost them the title.
A big question about Manchester City that pops up every so often is, can they win ugly? Right. Because if it's not all the pretty stuff that we see, and we all enjoy that and it's entertaining, but there are moments throughout the course of the season where all those things don't come off. And that pass that you're talking about maybe wasn't there and they're not able to pick out. At some point, you got to win ugly. And winning ugly for them doesn't come natural, and they don't find a way to do it. That in itself is something that you need in order to win consistently. They don't do it.
That's an interesting viewpoint there, Paz, put forward there by Alejandro Moreno about Manchester City. That, you know what, they blow teams away with their fancy patterns and their great football, but sometimes you need to roll up your sleeves and get into a scrap in the English Premier League.
You do indeed, and as he said, to win ugly is the way you win a title, and he's got it spot on there. And looking at Manchester City's next 5 games, they got some tough encounters. I mean, yes, Liverpool also have got some tough games. They got Manchester United to come as well, but City really have got some tough games to come. And look, I think he's totally right, and they need to change. I believe they need to change their whole way going into the final 6 weeks or 3 months of the season that is left, whatever how many games are left, if they are to go and challenge Liverpool and move away from their traditional way of playing the way they won the title last year.
Yeah, I think the same way we praise Pep Guardiola as a football genius, I think it works against him sometimes because he's incredibly neurotic and everything is almost, I'm not going to say robotic, but it's very strategic. Everything is a little bit like chess. And I think like he said, in certain situations, you need to get a little scrappy, you need to get a little dirty. And he's got his players playing in such a regimented way, breaking away from that, like even for the last 5 games that they've got, breaking away from that is going to be difficult if they do choose to do that.
There's some, though, that will argue that that's exactly what has got Pep Guardiola his success, exactly, playing that way and sticking to it and sticking to his principles.
Yeah, he's a bit like a guy who's on this show. He's got his story, he sticks to it, and it's worked.
Carries his name, I suppose.
Try your eyes.
It's worked. And it's worked for him, Paz. It's worked for him everywhere he's gone. We saw at Barcelona. The Pep Barcelona had one way to play, and that one way won Champions League, won domestic trophies. It did what it needed to do. At Bayern Munich had one way to play. He changed it up in terms of the way the Barcelona team played to the Bayern Munich team, but once they got it right, they played that way. You knew what was coming with Bayern Munich, and it won them trophies. He's come to England. He's won trophies with that way of play. He's not going to change it. And if it costs him the title, next season, he's going to try and shift it, change it, and tweak it so that it works. But he will get that formula and stick with it.
One area that I think he's lacking, it's leadership, Alois. When I take a look at the team that he's got at the moment with Vincent Kompany not in the starting lineup, and then you've got Nicolas Otamendi, who I believe was arguably the best defender in the Premier League last season, being confined to a bit-part role. That has been something of a surprise, because when you talk about character, when you talk about fighting it out and scrapping it out, those are the 2 players who probably have got the biggest heart at Manchester City.
Yeah, you're very right. You know, when you look at them, they keep on playing the same way, even if they are losing. When they were playing against Newcastle, there was not that fire was not there. You know, they were just knocking it around like we'll get it. No, we'll get the goal. I think they need that guy who can actually say, guys, you know what? Inject life in here. Let's go and do it. Let's scrap it through. And they don't have that kind of player. They need an outstanding player that can actually scrap through and get them that odd goal even when the
do you know who used to give them those goals? Those 2 players I've talked about. How many headed goals have we seen from Kompany and from Otamendi? When the chips have been down, at a corner kick, a set piece, they get the goals. Even this time with Stones and Laporte, those 2 don't score as as many goals as
two
the
nice
other
guys.
team.
Like even outside of set pieces, I think we saw a few games, albeit only a few, where it was backs to the wall, and Vince Company would spend the last 10 minutes in the attacking third, almost as if he was a striker, trying to get that goal. So I don't think they've got that leadership.
They lack that firepower. You know, that says, you know, guys, we've got nothing to lose. Let's go all out. They didn't until the last minute. They were still playing nice.
Well, let's take a look at the next 5 fixtures for Manchester City. They play Arsenal this weekend, and then they're away to Everton. That is, of course, a game in hand that they have to play in midweek. And then it's Chelsea next weekend at home. West Ham again follows at home, and then they play Bournemouth, unpredictable Bournemouth away. For Liverpool, it's West Ham away this weekend, followed by Bournemouth at home. Manchester United at Old Trafford is going to be their third fixture in this 5-match run, and then they play Watford at Anfield, and then of course they nip over Stanley Park to Goodison Park to play their neighbours Everton in the Merseyside derby, a game which is usually a banker for Liverpool. So it looks easier, and this could be the period mark where Liverpool fans, Jurgen Klopp and the Liverpool players will say, okay, you know what, there's an opportunity there if City doesn't play well for us to extend this 5-point gap.
Yeah, absolutely. And you look at those 5 games, there's 15 points on offer there. And I think Liverpool would certainly be happy to get 12 of those 15 points and extend their lead against City because of those games that City have. Arsenal game on Sunday is going to be a tough game. I don't care what anybody says. Arsenal can arrive on the day and they can give City a good run. Chelsea, they're out of sorts, but you know what? Again, they can rise to the big occasion on a big game like this. So I think it just makes this season really, really attractive, and that I think Liverpool at the moment are in the pound seat.
Okay, let's give you a Premier League fixtures. Spurs taking on Newcastle United at Wembley. Brighton and Hove Albion entertain Watford. Burnley versus Southampton. Chelsea versus Huddersfield Town. Crystal Palace will entertain Fulham at Selhurst Park, whilst Everton welcome Wolves at Goodison Park. Cardiff City versus Bournemouth. Leicester City versus Manchester United. And, of course, the big one, it's City taking on Arsenal.
Horsepower unmatched. Torque to beat the best. Speed unrivaled. Sleek and easy on the eye. Let's get behind the wheel of football engineered to perfection. The Bundesliga, made in Germany.
Let's give you a Bundesliga fixtures. Hanover versus Red Bull Leipzig. It's SV Nuremberg taking on Werder Bremen. It is Eintracht Frankfurt versus Borussia Dortmund, who are leading the table at the moment. Hertha Berlin takes on Wolfsburg. Hoffenheim hosts Fortuna Düsseldorf. Schalke 04 takes on Borussia Mönchengladbach. It's Augsburg versus Mainz, and Stuttgart will entertain Freiburg. If you're asking about the defending champions, that's Bayern Munich. Well, they travel to Bayer Leverkusen, and Robert Lewandowski and Bayern Munich will be determined to keep pace with Bundesliga leaders Borussia Dortmund as they travel to European chasers Bayer Leverkusen tomorrow afternoon. Leverkusen currently sit 9th, although they're only a point off the final UEFA Europa League spots. That's 6th position after last week's comfortable win in Wolfsburg. The Bavarians responded to Dortmund's 5-1 thrashing of Hanover by easing to a 4-1 win over Stuttgart last time out to remain 6 points off top spot. Germany is looking interesting, but again, let me borrow the phrase that Paz used, Bunch. Borussia Dortmund are in the pound seat.
Yeah, they are. You know, I like the way they are doing it. They know that Bayern Munich are right behind them, and they are looking at their own games. Just keep on winning your games, and that's how this 6-point gap has been maintained. I'm sure that Bayern Munich are going to slip up in one of the games, and it's gonna be extended. I like it. Just win your games. Don't look back. Just concentrate on your own games.
The league that makes football oh so beautiful. Where artistry and strokes of genius are the order of any day. Where the game is played with a smile and the little master creates his magic.
It's Lionel Messi!
All the news from the Spanish La Liga on ZiFM Sport.
The goal the world wants it!
now, a little bit of lightheartedness and fun. Valencia have sent their club mascot on a lighthearted mission to spy on La Liga leaders Barcelona, with confirmation that Lionel Messi is as good as previously thought. So ahead of their league clash with the Catalans on Saturday, Los Che decided to send their inquisitive bat mascot behind enemy lines in a thinly veiled attempt to gain an advantage. And it's a whole lot of fun. If you go and check out on their, I think it's a lot on their Twitter, and there's some on their Instagram as well. It's just really interesting to see how other clubs around the world will create content and around a particular match, and not just what we're used to with your print and other types of media.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the excitement, and I love the creativity, and which is why I think at the end of last year we took a bit of a swipe at our local clubs, because everyone was now just everything was just becoming a bit of a joke on Twitter, etc., and the lack of originality, I think, was staggering. Everyone trying to be like Bulawayo Chiefs, and so that became a bit of a problem. Now they've obviously got dedicated people who actually think through what they're trying to do with their brand and the team, and how to engage with fans, not just the Valencia fans in Spain, but fans in Europe as well as the globe at large.
Yeah, that's what we're also talking about, the Zimbabwe game against Congo. They need to hype up the game, not just to put a headline. We are playing against Congo on the story such a date. We are playing, do things, go out there, do things that are practical, that can actually attract people to the match.
And the rest of your La Liga fixtures: Huesca takes on Real Valladolid, Levante are at home to Getafe, Real Sociedad versus Athletic Club, Celta Vigo versus Sevilla, Villarreal will be taking on Espanyol, Real Betis versus Atletico Madrid, Eibar will be against Girona, Real Madrid versus Alaves, and like we said, Barcelona against Valencia.
Paolo Rossi, Marco van Basten, George Weah, Gabriel Batistuta, Alessandro Del Piero. Serie A has been home to some of the world's finest strikers. And now they welcome arguably the greatest of them all, Cristiano Ronaldo, the best of Italian football on Z.
Just quickly running through the fixtures in Serie A this weekend. Empoli will take on Chievo. Napoli are at home to Sampdoria. Juventus are at home to Parma. Torino travel to Spal. Genoa against Sassuolo. Udinese take on Fiorentina. Bologna are away to Inter Milan. And probably the game of the weekend, Roma up against AC Milan.
Oh, well, we've got just a few seconds left, and I think enough time for us to tell you the CAF Champions League fixtures for this weekend. Group A, Mamelodi Sundowns versus ASEC Mimosas. Lobby Stars versus Huidad Casablanca. In Group B, FC Platinum versus Horoya at Barbourfields. Orlando Pirates will entertain Esperance in Soweto. Group C will see Ismaili. Well, they have been disqualified, so they are not in action, meaning that Club Sportif Constantinos will have a bit of a race, while TP Mazembe and Club Africain, they slog it out. And then in Group D, AS Vita Club will take on Saoura, and Al Ahly of Egypt take on Simba Stars of Tanzania.
All right, we're done. I think we run out of time. May God richly bless you. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Manandi, out.
Catch all your favorite sporting action on Kwese iFlix. Download Kwese iFlix today on Google Play Store or Apple App Store and enjoy entertainment on the go. That was The Beautiful Game, brought to you by Kwese iFlix.
Kwese iFlix, entertainment on the go. Be sure to catch ZiFM Sport every weekday on ZiFM Stereo. My station, your station.